Hi, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to a very, very new program of the Sompon Global TV. Your experience matters. And of course, you do not want to miss this conversation today with Njoki de Caro. And today we're going to be exchanging our different experiences. And the reason why we want to exchange our experiences is because our experiences matter. You don't want to miss this conversation? Stay tuned. Meanwhile, invite your friends, invite a sister, invite a brother who may just need this conversation. We're right back. You're welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our very first edition of the program, Your Experience Matters. And today we're going to be sharing our experiences with Mommy Njoki de Caro, a woman full of experiences, and she has been called, because of her experiences, expert by experience. Mommy Njoki de Caro, you're welcome to this very first program. And I dedicated this program to you because of the amazing work and the experiences that you are having in your life, and because I know so strongly that your life is a walking library and it can inspire and empower many other people, even to the generations to come. You're welcome to this very first edition of Your Experience Matters. And of course, we are going to be having this conversation monthly, once every month, and I'm very glad to have you. Thank you for joining us. Tell us a little bit more about who you are and why your experience matters.
So, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the program. Experience makes the best professionals. Because when you are experiencing things, that means you are living through something and you come out of it very strong. And when I look my whole life, it must not be very old, but as old as I am, I think I have seen enough experiences. And at the moment, I want us to address the experiences of marriage, because there is no difference in a white or a black marriage, or a black and white marriage, or a black to black marriage, or a white to white marriage. The marriages are all suffering in the same dispute. Why? Because one, we don't tend to take notice either side. One does not take notice when the problem starts. The problem starts very easy. Why haven't you done this? You could ask him or her, why didn't you do it? You decided to do it and keep quiet. The next time, I don't like this food. Tell him to cook his food or her food. Two, they are going to keep quiet. When you meet in the house in the evening, if you are both working, there is nothing in common, only the TV that is controlled by one part of a person. The other part is not controlling it. So these are the signs that tell you everything is not in order. How can we react to it? by trying first to talk. If your partner or partnering doesn't need to talk, we in Africa, we have other method of sending an elder or somebody who is older to talk to you. But here we are in diaspora, and this is where the biggest mistake is. In diaspora, life is different. We are busy making money for our families back home. We are busy trying to make a marriage work. We are busy doing things for ourselves and not noticing the other person. So what do? When you get this busy, you lose contact. You lose contact. You lose contact. Let me go back to my story because I love my story. When I was married in Kenya, I ran away 4 times, and every 4 times I was taken back because it's only a little thing we could talk about. As the moment we talked, that month or 2 months were okay, but the system is continuing. And well, it didn't end up very good. It didn't end up anyway good. It ended up that I was in hospital, not being beaten, because I don't think anybody can beat me to hospitals. I can only get an accident, and I got an accident which put me into a hospital for 3 months. And that is how the last time we divorced, and everything went through. So why am I saying this? Is to tell you people out there who are listening, if you are going some sensational marriages, they are toxic marriages. These marriages destroys one person, not 2 people. It destroys the one who takes care. It destroys you who is thinking about it. It destroys even you completely, that you will end up in a mental hospital, or here, I mean here in Germany, but you could end up losing everything. And what do I mean by losing everything? You think about your children. You don't want to lose them, so you are staying. You don't really want to lose this house because it's your husband's house. You don't want to get out. Give space. Everything is going. Everything that you think holds you, let it go. And that time I was in hospital, I let everything go. I didn't have the children clothes. I had the children, but not clothes, nothing. I took nothing. And you know, in Africa, it's much worse when you have nothing. But thanks God I had parents. So let's come back to Germany. How did I come to Germany? That is the question. I was older or mature. I came in looking for greener pastures, thinking that what we see on TVs in Africa is, of course, everywhere. And yes, I came, only to be surprised, because after 3 months, you have to go or be deported. So the marathon, the few people that were here, I can talk about 4 or 5 people who were here from my country. They told me that the only thing I can do is get married if I want to work. And surely I did. I'm not going to repeat that. I did get married, but the marriage was not a normal marriage based on love. I thought it was based on love, but I found out later that it was based off nothing. So I worked and forgot it. I worked and forgot it. I worked for 10 years, forgetting that I'm married for nothing. Till one morning I said, hey, why am I still married? Anyway, even if it's anything, he doesn't give me money, so I do everything. And that's when I got a divorce, which was a very sweet one, because we went, both of us, to the lawyers. We take 2 lawyers, and It was easy, and at the end of the day, I bought coffee and I told him, the thing I'm doing is I'm keeping your name. I kept his name. So Vera.
Oh wow, you kept his name. Thank you so very much, ma'am. I really enjoy your strength and your resilience. And each time I have a conversation with you, I have the impression that there's a lot that one can get out of you, and that there's a lot that you can really pass out as information. And that's why for me it was so important to bring out this program so that one can learn from your experiences. You said that you were married in Kenya, and you gave some points to take note. When things get bad or start getting bad, we are actually conscious of it. Subconsciously we are conscious of it, but we just want to pretend not to see what is happening. And therefore, we keep quiet, believing, hoping, thinking that all is going to be well. But unfortunately, it doesn't always turn well, even if we keep our mouths closed. You spoke about being keeping the mouth closed. You spoke about when we get busy, both of us are busy. One person is the one having the control over the TV, and so there's nothing again in common. And these are already some signs. You also mentioned the fact that you ran away 4 times, but you came back again. It was thanks be to your accident, so to say, that you finally got the divorce. Now, ma'am, from your conversation and your experiences, uh, what would you think? What do you think? Um, why do people still stay, even though they see the things happening? They know that there can be no changes made. They experience all the brutality. Some go to the point that they have been beaten. Some even the last 2 weeks ago, um, a young Nigerian person stabbed the wife or the girlfriend, so to say, to death around the Westphalian, and
Oh,
and they have two little children, and 1 year and 2 years old. Now those children are in the care of a German family. They call that the Pflege family, foster family. And my question when I heard about this is the fact that is a question of, was she not aware of the fact that it could come to this point? What do you think, ma'am? Why?
uh,
What keeps us even when we see those signs, and yet we keep quiet?
the signs are there, but how to start moving is that problem, because you start moving your things instead of moving yourself. You start moving your things. If you remove your mind from moving the things and start moving yourself, you could make a change. So, which things are you moving? You are moving the children, which everybody will say, yes, I can't go without my children. But the more you stay with the marriage, the more you stay with this toxic marriage, it will end up sour, with or without the children. And that
Mm,
is for your own good, for your own good. Now, here is an example. A mother thinks that I have 3 children with this man and I don't want to put them in the position of being fatherless. Do you know God does everything? God even can make them fatherless like that. So you remain there. You are in your own captivity. Nobody is holding you. You are in your own captivity. You decide to remain. But the moment you hit the table and say, I move, and if you have a very, 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 very bad person, make sure you organize in your head how to move. Don't move things. And that is where we go wrong. You start thinking, I will not buy clothes, I will not get this, but just move. You are in Europe. In Europe, we are not in Africa. Even in Africa, I would tell them to move. because there is always a beginning where there is an end. There is always a beginning where there is an end. Now, when you keep quiet many times, and I did it because one time I went home, my mother spoke to me and said, yeah, women go through all sorts of problems with their men, and therefore you can handle this. I handled the first one, I handled the second, I handled the third one. The fourth one, I couldn't handle, so the accident handled for me. And this is where I knew I would have gone very far. Vera, before I move forward, let me just take you back when I was 22 years. When I was 22 years, I was with the same man. When I was 23, I had the third child. So we had a piece of land from his uncle. We were told we could build. Do you know who built? I took a loan in the new work that I'm working. Those days, 5,000 shillings were too much money. I got the 5,000. I made a big house, 2 bedrooms, kitchen, and sitting room. Voila. And within months of entering this house, because it was built, it is iron sheet house, that means it was built very fast. And in the year that I got in, it is the same year I left.
Oh, what happened? What happened? I mean, you're telling me of a story. I realized many people really stay in some of these toxic marriages or relationships really because of property, really because of the things that are there. Anything, let it be things, but things that are holding them, and not really even because of the emotional attachment, not even because of the love, but because of things that attach them. And my biggest challenge, and I've asked this question to one spiritual person some years back, is the fact that the religious organizations always mention the fact that you should you should resist, or you should be patient to the end. And but I realized that many people lost their lives. And so one day I asked one man of God, if this is your daughter, will you ask her to stay there till the end and be patient? And honestly, he looked at me and said, no, I will not. And so my question is, how now do we reconcile when to work the things, to arrange the matter, and to say, no, this one is only God that can arrange it. But before God comes to arrange it, let me preserve my own life first.
Very difficult. Very difficult in all aspects, because one, we look at the time. You might think that you are 25, you have lost your time, but no. The time is God's. Even today, now I'm 65. At my age, I started anew again. I am not afraid to start every time I fall down. I am not afraid. And I am not afraid to start with nothing, because I know I will go also with nothing.
So the mindset, that mindset is important.
The mindset is very important. If you look at the situation right now in Corona, in different homes, if we could remove the roof and look at these houses, things are very, very, very bad. Things are bad. And the things are bad because these two people didn't know one another, because they were passing the way I was passing Mr. Caro. They are passing. They are just passing one another. Now they are forced to stay in the house, work from the house. The wife is in the house. The children are in the house. So there is no way.
Everyone is just around.
Everybody is around and they cannot come with an idea how to work it together because they had never had an idea together.
And the worst one is that everyone, I mean, the apartments are so small that in fact you just be meeting everybody's nose.
Of
So
course, you have to
you
meet
just be
because
meeting everybody. Anytime you go here, you meet somebody. You go there, you meet somebody. So that you really
that is
cannot
right.
have your own space.
There is no space, no space, no own space. So I would urge these young couples. I would really urge them. Even living alone is not an option. It is not an option. Now I know it is not an option because when you are alone, the children will go and grow old and you'll be now more lonely. That
Yes,
is me.
yes. I mean, it's a circle, eh? It's like a circle. You're
It
just
is,
turning around everything. Mm,
yeah, it is a circle. So if you look at this circle, when the children are small, they are occupying new people, they should occupy two of you, not one.
mm,
And when they go out, the two of you will be like a magnet.
mm-hmm,
The plus and the minus will pull together and you'll
mm-hmm,
make electricity. That
mm-hmm.
means you'll start living normally. But now, here I come. I don't have the other side of plus or minus. I am only the minus there.
Or the plus.
Alone, not a plus. And I have children.
Mhm.
They cannot leave their houses to come and stay with me. So think about it when you are young. Would you want to, as you went for the vows, you said that you for good and for bad until death put you apart. So for good or for bad, but today's people, all men and women, they are more mad.
Mm,
Yesterday morning, I read in the newspaper from Kenya, our Chief Justice, policeman who guards the Chief Justice, shot
mhm.
the wife, a very young
Oh,
girl, and shot himself and left
oh,
two children. So
so
it is
sad.
not only here. Yeah, it is not only here. It is everywhere. It is everywhere. So
Mhm.
what does this show us? If you look at it at the Christianity way, you will see that the devil is in the playground
Mhm.
praying with us, and he knows where to get us. He
Mhm.
gets us from our families.
But why do we let the devil play with us in that playing ground? How
You
did we allow
you
that happen?
you allowed it. It happened long time ago because one you were busy, the other one was busy. So the devil is coming in slowly. So by the time he's playing football with the children, you don't know.
That's true. That's true.
You don't
That's true.
you don't know.
That's
So
true.
when
My
when
next question, yeah, go on, ma'am.
I'm saying when this goes on, it says that separation is not a faraway thing. Separation is near. But how can you separate without a big fight? Because
Mhm.
there are people who would rather kill. And we are in that toxic marriages whereby we know this one is a talker, this one can kill me.
Mhm.
I would ask the man or the woman in such a circumstance, just think about your life. If you love yourself, make a move today.
Mhm.
Go. Go. You don't have to know where you are going. Just go.
Mhm.
Even if it's winter, just go to the police station.
Mhm.
In fact, they will put you in where you will be better.
Of course, in Germany, there are, for you who is listening to us, there are a lot of privileges also here in Germany as the diaspora. When it gets sour, I mean, just call the Frauenhaus or the police, and there are a lot of opportunities. Our concern will be for those who are living in these countries that don't have these support systems. But here in the diaspora, at least there is the support system that one can actually call, go to the women home, so to say, where they can have protection at least for a time being, and then while they work things out. Ma'am, I have a question. You said that when we get so busy, and then we last touch, and so it's one of those things that can even provoke separation. Do you think that if we lost touch, we can still come back to rework it, that things work well?
That will take a very strong party, a very strong man and woman. A very strong man and woman because you cannot go out alone. You can't do it alone. It has to be the two of you. If you are both strong, willing to talk to one another, willing to ask, where did I go wrong? Where did you go wrong? Where did we go wrong? Sit down, start from zero. That is how it would work. But it
But then
doesn't ever come to that.
yes, that's what I wanted to say, because even when you realize that it is going sour, and I have spoken to many women, I said they want to even say, hey, something is going somewhere, something is missing. And with women, there is this number seven sense. So they can already start feeling even that something is missing somewhere, something is not right somewhere, and they start feeling that, but they really cannot express that. They can't touch it. They can't say this is the thing, but I'm just feeling that something is not right, right? And then she takes the courage and say, I would like us to exchange. I'm feeling like something is not right somewhere. And then usually the man or the woman that is having that feeling says, that is just your feeling. Everything is well. How do you go about this?
The moment your heart never lies to you. If I was passing a road and I have fear, I don't intend to take that road because my heart does not lead me to any of these temptations. I am okay. I would like everybody to listen to their inner self. What is the inner self saying? Because the inner self doesn't make a mess. So if the inner self tells you this person is not good, he says he's okay. No, he's not. So now he says it's good. He has seen that he will take more precaution. So he will get himself or herself ready. I am going to tell you of a girl who was murdered when we were here about 10 years ago, when I was almost 7 years here. And the girl was married to a German, and the German, they were staying in Erfurt, and nobody knew what was happening. And the man shot the woman 9 times.
So sad.
Tack, 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 tack.
I mean, what can
and
man
they had a child.
7 times?
And they had a child. So the child was taken to, of course, to the families.
Foster
And the
homes.
man and the man went to jail. How long? Nobody knows, because we cannot follow the case. We have no mandate, and we didn't even know the girl. It was only the story that was published. So what am I saying? I'm saying she knew this man is toxic. She knew, in her sense, she knew if she would wake up today, she would have done things otherwise.
Yeah.
She would know. She would know. Anyway, many deaths have occurred here in Germany. Some are forced because we are reluctant to talk to our fellow sisters or our social workers or any social worker. So the moment you stop thinking that everybody will destroy you, that is when you are going to destroy yourself. Because once everybody, if you think I am going to destroy you, and you take it that I'm going to destroy you, you are already destroyed. You are destroying yourself. What am I trying to say? This is what I'm trying to say. You might be having a lot of money, you might be having all riches of the world, and you are very poor. You know how you are poor? You have nobody.
That's true.
But I might be very poor with other things, but I have everybody.
True.
So if I fall down, they'll raise me up.
Yes.
But
human power
is he who thinks he has the money and will not want your husband to be stolen by other women, because there are other women who think their husband will be stolen. Well, so you will just take everybody aside until you are alone. And when you are alone, the thief, the great thief, death comes.
A thief who comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy. Now comes in.
So you see, but if you share your problem with Njoki or Vera or anybody else, this problem is divided into two.
How?
No, a problem shared is divided into two.
Okay.
When you divide it into two, the other one subdivided more and more, because he tells this one, he tells this one, he tells this one. So you are
but exactly, ma'am, exactly. That's why many people don't want to tell their problems, because it will be subdivided, and then they feel that the whole world will now know about that, and then they are afraid, and then they are ashamed, and then it causes all these pains. So now you're saying that it is important to share their stories, but many of them say, no, I don't want to share my story, because another one will take the story and tell it to the another one, and the other one will subdivide it, and then everybody will be looking at me as if to say I'm a failure.
Give them 3 days.
Oh, this is good.
Any breaking news. The one, what was the latest breaking news of Prince Harry and are they on now?
No.
Yeah, no, it's finished. So even if somebody tries to talk about them, we don't listen.
That's true.
So this story that you have told me will be talked for only 3 days, and there will be something new.
Wow, this is a powerful empowerment statement.
And this is how I survive myself. Everybody is my friend. I don't care. Everybody is my friend. And everybody is also my enemy. But I cannot stop talking to them.
Yes. Now, how do you mean that they're your friends, and at the same time they're your enemies? How?
Well, you would know. For example, when I had this Schlaganfall, the stroke, everybody was calling me to ask me how I am, how am I doing, whatever, on everything. But the moment I was okay, they all dropped off. I know they are listening. Sorry, I'm not destroying anybody.
Yeah, but maybe because you were sick, so they cared for you, but it doesn't mean that they dropped.
They are friends. They are friends. They are okay. It's only business that is taking them away from you.
Exactly.
And you think they are your enemies. If the thinking is in your brain, in your brain.
Wow.
So
Wow.
stop thinking of how people are going to talk about you.
Thank you. This is the message. Stop thinking on how people are going to talk about you. And even if they talk about you, news is only 3 days. And after 3 days, it's already old news and we need new news. Wow. Thank you,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, for joining the conversation today. Today, we are talking on the program, Your Experience Matters. And we are dedicating this program to Mama Njoki the Caro because she has a lot of experience and she is a professional or an expert by experience. And so we think and we believe, and I think and believe strongly that she has a lot to share with the generation. So thank you for joining the conversation. Make sure you also subscribe to our programs, follow us, and please, if you also have exciting stories, do not forget to get in touch with us so that we can learn from your story. Mommy Caro, let's continue the talk. Today, you said that it was your accident that set you free from your marriage. In this marriage,
Yes.
you went out 4 times and came back
Yes.
again. And
Yes.
and you also noticed even in your marriage that it wasn't working, but somehow you were
Yes.
just going and coming because the people
Yes.
around you will talk things into your mind. You know, it's just a small matter. You know, you're a strong woman. You know, you can
Yeah.
overcome all this. You know. So, when was the day, ma'am, that you said, oh no, stop this thing? I am quitting. When was that day and
Um,
why?
well, I didn't get the day to say it because I was in an accident, and the accident was the signature. Because he went back, instead of coming to hospital, he went back to where we were living and told everybody that I had an accident with a man who was keeping me.
Oh, this one was a blood
Of which,
man. Sorry, but this one was not a serious man at all.
seriously, and I was in a public car which had an accident, but he told
Mm.
those people that this woman was going out with a man who had a
Oh
car.
no.
She had an accident.
Oh.
You can see these people did not come to me. But
Mhm.
when I got to my mother's house, some people came and asked me what happened. And I
Mhm.
told them, they said, oh my God, what have we had?
Mhm.
I told them, I was easy everywhere. I told
Mhm.
them, what you have had is not the same I'm telling. So what you have had, you can decide to listen to it
Mhm.
or listen to me.
Mhm.
But this was a good ending because even God knows when you are a fighter, you might not have the power, the energy
Mhm.
to say yes. So he will fight for you. So this time he fought for me.
Amen.
Or I had an accident and I was asking God, where were you? He was right there.
Mhm. Mhm.
He was right there. So this was the right moment of moving and turning back. And I never, ever looked that side until he's dead, I think 2 years or 3 years.
Oh,
The
when he
sister,
died,
we
did
are,
you visit him?
hmm?
When he died, did
What?
you go to the burial?
No, I was here.
Ah, okay. Mhm.
Yeah, but the
Because I
sister,
know that from your experience, you are the kind that if you separate with
I would
somebody, you still be a friend to that person. You invite that person for a coffee dinner. How do you do that?
easy.
Easy. How?
Uh, and one, we are not fighting, we are not quarreling. That is the first good start. We are not fighting, we are not quarreling. So if we are not fighting, why not come to me, or why can't I come to you, or why can't we drink coffee together? We are not fighting. It is like I know somebody, and when I meet Vera, we'll go and drink coffee. And when I meet her somewhere else, we still go and drink coffee. So is this not the person that I used to know, I used to live with? There was nothing very, very strange and very difficult there. And I told you in my marriage, it is me who was expectations, who had expectations. One day he will come and tell me, I love you.
Ma'am, now that you're talking about love, what is love actually? Do you think that they can really be, what is love? What in regards to marriage, what's that love? How do we know that
Uh,
someone really loves us?
when somebody loves you, he cares for you. That is number one. He cares. He will lay his hand on fire for you.
Mm.
But
Place
when there is no
fire
love,
for you.
yeah, but when there is no love and the police come at your doorstep, he will say, hey, take her, or take him. So here we are talking out of experience. When love is there, everything else comes in place. It is a magnet.
Ma'am, do you think that because you say when love is there, it is a magnet? Um, the wisest book says that the man should love his wife like himself. But I have
You are
never
right.
read that the woman should love him like herself. Now,
No.
how do we now recognize, given the fact that the kind of traditions where some of these men and our African men or some men get from childhood makes them not even express love in any form? Talk less of really caring to say, I can even clean the house, sweep the floor, cook for my wife. I think this is also part of love, or is that not part of love? What is
Uh,
real love, and how can we express love?
One, love is between two people. And love, as you said, the man should love the woman the way he loves himself.
Mm-hmm.
So this man, when he loves himself, he likes to be clean. He loves to wearing good clothes. He will come and iron himself and ask you, can I iron for you? Or can I cook today? But let us go to Africa. The men, they don't know love. They have servants in the house who are women, their wives. The woman who is 24/7 working, the woman who is there 365 days, the woman who is 24 hours on duty, never going to get a salary, never going to get a leave, never going to get enough, and never going to, even when she is sick, she is still crawling. But but inside there, you will find other people who has love, other men who have love. Not everybody is the same. These men will take care of the children as the mother makes this, or I'll do this when the wife does this.
Yes.
So it is love is a part of sharing. And when there is no more love, that is why you drift away. Drift
Mm-hmm.
away like a dream because
Mm-hmm.
you don't have love. And there is nothing connecting you. And
Mm-hmm.
this love, who should give this love? Who, in your
Mm-hmm.
case, would you say gives their love? I'm
Uh,
asking
well,
you.
well, the wisest book says that the man should give love. The man should love his wife like he loves his own body. So I think that my place is not there to love. My place is to do other things, and his place is to love me.
Thank you. Thank you. This man should love you. You know, when your husband loves you, you submit to him, you
Yes.
do everything.
Yes.
You do everything because there is love.
Yeah.
But when there is no love, you are only running with the children in the house, you are running cooking, you are running this way, that way. then there is no love. And another thing, the men should know from this talk today, if they are there, that it was not God who made the woman. God did not make a woman. He made the man. And the man, Lib, was taken for a woman. Woman is a product of man. That is why we are called women, because we are a product of men. And if you love your product, why would you want to hurt that product?
If you love your product,
would you hurt your product? No. Because now you are killing your wife, you are beating her to hell. And this wife, the Bible says, or the first people, wise people said, Abraham went to sleep and his sleep was taken by God. So God did not make a woman. He made Adam. So from Adam, he made a woman to love, to cherish, and to hold. That is the only thing, to love, cherish, and hold. Everything else does not matter. If you are looking at money, money will destroy every big home to the small home. Because nowadays
if there is love, money will come in.
There is no money. No, money will not be an issue, because you will have 100 euro and you will sit down, the both of you, and decide how do you spend it.
Exactly. That's a power of love, and that's a power of love. And I am so conscious of the fact that if there is love, there will not be lot of quarrels. And I think that we have lot of problems nowadays because men have fallen short of this aspect of love. Can that be true?
That is true. That is true. That is true. I ask myself why, and I still haven't got an answer, because I take two things. I take the African man from Africa old days and the African man today, and I see the African man today has many porcupines around other women. And the old African man had married the daughter of so and so and so and so. So the women were there. They were his property. That was okay. They produced children, and the children could go farming and all this. So then when he was not in my house, he was in your house. What's the big deal? So you are not even acting badly towards me. But if you are now here, or let's talk now, you are here, and you know your husband comes to me, why would you not come to kill me?
Oh, I will not come to kill you. I remember very well, I was 24 years old when I got married to my husband. And I remember so well that I told him, the big things can't really make me separate from you, but the very little things. So if you think that one day I will hear that you have committed adultery, I never think of going. That is the least thing that I can imagine, because it doesn't bother me actually. My mind is very, very sure, and that this one is the least of the things. But the little thing, like just not showing that care, are those things that are so important. And like you said, I know so well that God has blessed the works of my hands and that I can work. And so I believe strongly that if we really apply the principle of the wise book, or that it really talks about this love, and not in the African pattern, not in the European pattern, but just as it is, love the other person more than yourself, or love the woman like yourself, then things will be so in place. And I think that because this is missing, men are now killing their wives because of insecurity and jealousy, and there's a lot of separation and divorce, and some are just being wicked to the extent that even if the woman they succeed even in separating, they still do everything to see that they are dead. So even the separation is no longer enough. It's not a security, because some people, like I tell you, the lady that was killed 3 weeks ago, she separated from that man and went into
Mm.
another small apartment. And the man came while visiting the children and killed her. You see, so
That is-
when, yeah, go on, ma'am.
no, I'm saying that is not the first time I've heard such a story.
You see, so a lot of things are going on here, and so we really have to realize that um, when we have to, like you said before, listen to our gut. Some people will call that the holy voice that speaks to you. Some people will call that intuition, but there is something that will speak to you. So two things
Yeah.
should happen. You either take action, communicate it, or you start preparing your head, like you said, removing
Mm.
yourself and not property. Because I think that
Yeah.
most people also stay in toxic, narcissistic homes because of property.
Yeah.
And this
That is
reminds
right.
me, a lady, I had a conversation with a lady who told me many women say they want to be virtuous women, like the woman in the Bible, the virtuous woman.
Mm.
And she came
Mm.
up with a philosophy because many women are becoming virtuous, many men are becoming unvirtuous and unwise. What do you
Mm-hmm.
think? Did you hear
Not
me?
hearing you. No.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. So I had a conversation with a lady who said that many women want to become virtuous, meaning that they can do the things on their own, they can go and buy a piece of land, build upon, they can take care of their own families, have housemaids, take care of everything. And then the man will be known in the gates because of her and can sit there at the gate and listen to be playing some cards at the gate because of the woman. And she said, I think that the more virtuous women become, the lesser we have real men who could love and cherish. What do you think about this?
Well, I'm one of them.
Explain, let's hear.
So if 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 I told you once that when the going gets tough, what do? The tough gets going too.
Mm,
So as I was trying to go back many times to this first husband,
mm-hmm,
and he did not do anything. I tried to build a house, and I was taken from the house the same year.
mm-hmm,
But that is another story.
mm-hmm,
And now, when I reached here, I was in a position of working, and go and do things
mm-hmm,
that a man could do. So I educated the children that did not have school fees
mm-hmm.
from our family. I got a plot. I built. Oh my God! What are all these things for?
Yeah.
Okay, the
Good.
children are okay, but what are all these things for? Right now, we are here sitting in Corona, and we don't even know whether we shall go back to them.
True.
So, if you look at what I said, the property, the things of this world should not hold us to anything. Even
Mhm,
your children, you can leave him with them. He will
mhm.
stay with them for 3 weeks and he will run away. You will come and
I
take your
thought
own children.
this reminds me of the conversation I had when I started seeing what was happening around, and I had a conversation with my husband, and I told my husband, if the one day, God forbid, but one day we ever separate, I am leaving this house like I came. I didn't come with children, so you will stay with your children. And then he said, no, 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 no. Me too, I didn't bring children.
It is true. It is we women who don't know how to use the static.
You know,
You always say mine.
no, I didn't come with
Mine.
any children. What mine? I
You
didn't bring
didn't
any
come with
children.
any children.
Mm,
You didn't come with any children. So
mm,
what you do is Wash yourself clean, wear the best dress, and go swinging the way you came
Mhm.
swinging. Ah, that will burn them.
And and he said, "Oh, no. You will have to go with your children." I said, "No, I didn't take any.
No,
I didn't come with any children. You gave those children, so you will stay with them." So,
that is the answer. That is the answer.
and because that is tough work for every male man, surely they will not want to. But
No,
laughing apart, but I think that just to conclude and just to tell ourselves, we have held ourselves so long in captivities. We have destroyed the purpose of God in our lives, just because we are afraid of what people will say, because we don't want to listen to the guts that is talking to us. We see it coming, but we pretend like we're not seeing it, and then unfortunately, not everybody can escape like you escape. Some people die on the path, like the many ones we have heard, even here in Germany, being shot by their husbands. Ma'am, tell us, concluding, your experience matters. What do people
your
take home from it?
experience, your experience matters. Women don't give up, men don't give up. There is always a reconciliation for love. If now this love does not get to you this time of lockdown, then quit, because it will never come. Quit. So this is the time to reconcile together. You start acting together. You start cooking together. You start washing. One washes, the other does this. This is why God is doing us this. We should come back together in one pot and start living like people and listening to one another and helping one another. And you, man, you love your wife because you were taught to love. I was not taught to love you.
But at least you are taught to love your neighbor like yourself. So we still have the duty to love our neighbors, love one another, care for one another. Thank you very much, Ma'am De Caro. We are going to be meeting again for another conversation. Your experience matters. Next month, it is a platform we have created for you to honor you and your experiences and the amazing job that you do in the community. Ma'am, any last word for us?
The last word I would all ask those who are in captivity of love or captivity of a marriage that is toxic, please run. Run, and run fast before everything goes bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of our conversation. I'm sorry we could not go through all your comments, but just keep the comments coming. And if there is a take home message, Mommy Njoki De Caro says, "Hey, if you can run, run and run very fast before you're shot dead by any man out there." And of course, another thing you should take home is your gut never lies you. That spirit that tells you something is going wrong never lies you. Watch for that. And of course, take away yourself and not the property. Because you know what? You have two beautiful, solid hands, and those hands can work the wealth you're looking for. And if there's something to take home, remember you never came up with any babies, you woman. You went in there, a young, fresh girl, and if anything happens, do not be scared. I leave you with that and hope to see you on Sunday for our business conversation. And of course, on Monday again, we're going to be meeting here for the Agenda 2063. This is our agenda, and we want to build the Africa we want together. Have a nice evening. And of course, God bless you. Take care of yourself. Until we meet again, be safe. Bye bye.
Bye bye.